Hello everybody, welcome back to the PhlogistiCast. This time we're doing things a little bit differently. My guest today is Thunder, who did the sniper interview with me a few days ago. And this is the PhlogistiCast News Network, Video 1. That's right, we are now doing news in separate videos. And, well, we've got a bit of a story to tell you. Do you remember what happened last weekend, Thunder, when we tried to do this the first time?
Yes, I certainly do. But you can elaborate for the lovely audience.
Basically, we recorded the sniper episode and a news broadcast at the same time, but for some reason, the news one, it didn't work. I couldn't, like, it came out as a corrupted file or something like that, so I couldn't use it. And then we decided to wait for a week to redo it, and it was worth the wait, wouldn't you say? Because something came up just yesterday, which we're going to report on.
Yeah, I went ice skating. Oh wait, no, not that.
It's not really Team Fortress 2 related.
Yeah, that's very true. But yes, something has come up, and your lovely broadcast will tell you all about it. I'm merely here to make commentary on his commentary.
Okay, I'm Deki, this is Thunder, and this is the PhlogistiCast News Network.
Doo-doo-doo.
We haven't got a theme tune yet. I might see if I can get one eventually. Anyway, at the moment we have 2 stories for you. Technically 3, but the third one I'm taking care of later on. It's to do with this podcast, not Valve. Okay, which item do you want to talk about first?
Let's talk about the videos.
Videos? Okay. By videos you mean the Saxxys, right?
The Saxxys, yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, there are 2 videos that we wanted to talk about. I believe they were both winners, but my memory may elude me.
Yep. We're going to talk a little bit about 2 videos that previously... Well, one of them won the Saxxy Award for Best Overall Video last year. One of them was a submission, but I don't think it won any awards. But before that, the news really is the 4th Annual Saxxy Awards for 2014 have been announced. They were announced about 2 weeks ago now, 2 or 3 weeks. I have in front of me the official competition rules. So, for those of you who don't know, the Saxxy Awards are kind of like the Valve equivalent of the Oscars. Valve have this program called Source Filmmaker. Have you used it at all, Thunder?
I've tried to use it a few times, but I don't have the patience, unfortunately.
That's why you're a good sniper, right?
No absolutely.
Yeah. Source Filmmaker, I've used it quite a bit now. I use it to make all the pictures for this podcast. But yeah, it's the program Valve used to make all their trailers and videos and things for their games. The Portal series, Team Fortress 2 obviously, Left 4 Dead, and possibly some Half-Life stuff. Anyway. And Source Filmmaker is available as an open beta for people who have installed Valve. It's free, you can download it for free, just like Team Fortress 2. And it's different from other filmmaking programs like iMovie because you can actually access TF2 maps within it and actually play on them as characters. You can't do multiplayer, it would be cool, but you can only have one active game character at a time. Or you can just import models and do all the animation from scratch, but basically you can record in-game footage, sort of, in this program and then edit it and stuff, make some cool movies. And the Saxxy Awards are given out to people who have made exceptionally good movies with this. Now Thunder, you already mentioned that there are a couple of videos we're going to talk about which we particularly like.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yep.
Unfortunately, guys, I'm very sorry, but my memory is awfully shoddy. I believe we will be discussing the Sentry Dog Puppy video first. That's the best way for me to describe it.
Yep.
And
the name of that video is Story of a Century. Would you like to summarize it very quickly?
With spoilers?
Without spoilers, if possible.
Oh, puppy dog sentry lives a very happy life and totally doesn't die. And the owner totally doesn't go on a killing spree and kill everything in the world. Spoilers.
Yeah. It is pretty hard to summarize these videos without giving away spoilers. The reason for that is they have to be short. The length limit is 5 minutes for Saxxy entries.
Yeah, that's correct. And believe it or not, the people actually do some incredible things for those 5 minutes. So, you know, for those that say you can't get a lot done in 5 minutes, well,
you sure can.
That's a lie. Yeah. Granted, it'll be months of work trying to get it all together, but that perfect 5 minutes.
Yeah, it takes a while.
Yeah.
But it's worth it. Usually. Yeah, so Story of a Century. This, as far as I know, it didn't win any awards at the Saxxys, but I think it should have. For a very simple reason, and I have to admit to this. This video actually made me cry. Story of a Century is about TF2 characters. It's it's on Source Filmmaker, and Source Filmmaker videos tend to be, well, kind of samey. There's only so much you can do with the TF2 characters in the maps that you're provided with. But the maker of this video did something very unique, and like he said, he kind of personified a sentry, made it like a puppy dog. And at the end of the video, I just couldn't help it, I actually cried.
Yes, after brutally killing everything in the world, the engineer finally turns his gun on himself, and he is reunited with the sentry gun in hell, where he belongs.
Something like that.
Yeah.
We'll provide a link to this video in the description, so you can see it yourself.
Enjoy.
If you haven't already. Yeah. Okay, and then the other video we wanted to gloss over. This won the Best Overall Award at the 2013 Saxxys. And it's called Lil Guardian Pyro. That's Lil L-I-L apostrophe.
Yeah, it's a very good video. It just seems so noble and so adorable simultaneously, because without getting into spoilers, it is a toy sentry, which I believe is a cosmetic item. Oh, sorry, not toy sentry, a toy pyro.
Yeah, it's a real sentry.
Oh, yes, it's a real sentry. But this toy pyro is just patrolling up and down this sentry gun, and a spy tries to destroy it. And there's a cameo appearance by a cosmetic medic.
Yeah. The spy comes along with this tiny little sapper. Yeah.
It's one of the funnier videos, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And it's got a great fight scene. Yeah. Basically, the main characters are a pirate and a spy, and they're based on cosmetic items. So they're almost like voodoo dolls. And like you said, there's a cameo by a medic in the same line.
Yep, it's true. And it's all very it's a very, very compelling video, because it's just you need to watch it, guys. I can't explain it properly.
Yeah, again, links in the video description. Right. Now, Thunder, did you notice anything that these two videos had in common? In terms of dialogue?
It didn't have much.
Yeah.
Or any.
That is correct. Both videos had very little dialogue. Story of a Century had 1 or 2 lines. Lil Guardian Pyro had 3 or 4 voice lines, I think, all relating to a dispenser. And yeah, basically, like I said before, SFM videos tend to be a bit samey, and one of the reasons for that is original dialogue doesn't come into it much. Most people who make these videos, they just use the voice lines from the game, but there are only so many voice lines, and they get a little boring after a while. So because of that, a lot of the Saxxy winners, we've noticed, actually use little or no dialogue. And if they do use dialogue, they try to use it in the most effective way possible.
They use it sparingly, so when you actually hear it, it's more powerful.
Yeah. And we'll talk about this a bit in future episodes, because the reason we're talking about specific videos now is as the Saxxys unroll, as entries are put in, we plan to have a sort of showcase of past winners and past notable videos, like Story of a Century. So if you haven't seen these videos already, we'll tell you a little bit about them, provide links so you can enjoy them yourself.
Indeed you do.
Alright, shall we talk about the Saxxys for 2014 now?
Have at it, sir. I shall follow your lead.
Well, you can lead. Do you remember what's different this year?
What
if I said Portal?
Yes, I believe Portal has been added, or Portal props have been added to Source Filmmaker. If that is completely incorrect, forgive me, and direct all of your pitchforks to Decky's house, because I live in another country and I don't want none of this hate.
Oh, good luck. My house has a massive cactus out the front, so good luck getting past that.
Thanks for that, I'm gonna know where you live now. Yeah.
Damn it.
Anyway, go on, sir.
Yeah, that's basically it. For this year, a Portal content pack has been added to Source Filmmaker. I'm not sure about maps, but I've checked this and Portal models for props and characters have been added, which means, in addition to Team Fortress 2 based videos, you can now make Portal videos, and I think that's really, really cool. Basically it means that for these Saxxys, it could end up being a competition between TF2 and Portal fans to see who can make the best video relating to that particular game. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What I find interesting about this though is SFM comes with all the models from the Half-Life 2 series. That includes the original Half-Life 2 and both the episodes that have come out. And I just haven't seen them used in any videos, and I don't know why, so... I don't know, do you think we should have more Half-Life 2 videos, or... do you think people are not doing that for a reason?
Well, there's... honestly, I don't really think that there's much you can really get from Half-Life 2 that hasn't already been made. So unless you've found something completely new and amazing that, you know, you've searched high and low not to find, and it just doesn't exist, well, go for it if it doesn't then, but if it exists already, which it most likely does, not really worth it, really. But with Portal 2 videos, Portal videos, it's a whole new dynamic, and yeah, well, you can start playing with portals, really.
Yeah, you can do cool physicsy videos, and Portal is a bit more comedic than Half-Life 2.
Yeah. On the subject of Half-Life, Half-Life 2 videos, my apologies for deviating from the news, but have you ever heard of Freeman's Mind?
Yes, I have. I believe you showed me an episode.
Yes, and what did you think of it, sir?
Well, it's humorous, yeah.
Yeah, well, the guy that's behind actually set up a machinima site for machinima videos, and there's a whole ton of stuff here. I'm currently having a look at the site.
How many episodes of Freeman's Mind do we have so far?
Give me 1 second, I'll tell you. I believe it's 57 at this point.
57? Okay.
Yeah, 57. 58 is currently...
under production.
Yeah, the voice acting's done, but Ross Scott's moving right now, the guy behind it, and yeah, that'll be a little while before it actually gets going. But yeah, he's got his own little machinima site, and I'm sending a link to Decky now, so you can hopefully put it in the description if you care enough to have a look.
Sure thing, thanks for that.
You're very welcome, and back to your regularly scheduled broadcast.
Alright, just a disclaimer though, Freeman's Mind does have some obscene language in it, which we do not endorse.
Yeah, we totally don't endorse. But totally go for it. It's worth it.
Yeah, it's funny, but it's a bit rude. Okay, so I've got the rules for this year's Saxxy Awards in front of me. Now this year there are 5 categories: Best Action, Best Drama, Best Comedy, Best Short, and Best Overall. Entries must be no longer than 5 minutes, except entries for the Best Short category, which can only be 1 minute long. Do you think 1 minute would be, enough for a decent video?
Well, it'll depend on, well, 1 minute's enough to do a fair few things, so I imagine that someone will find something good for 1 minute.
They haven't always had these categories, by the way. When the Saxxys first started up, the categories are things like Biggest Massacre and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it went to a video which is basically a montage of level 3 sentry turrets beating the crap out of the blue team. Impressive, but we're going for something a little more advanced these days. All entries must be rendered using Source Filmmaker itself, but those renders can be further edited with things like Movie Maker or iMovie. And then you have to submit them using a special tab on Source Filmmaker. There's a little button somewhere that says Submit Video to Saxxy Awards. That's pretty convenient. Now here's the big thing. Entries have to be submitted between September 17th and September 24th. It gives precise times, but I'm not sure which time zone they're in. I think it's PST, which is some American thing.
Mm-hmm.
You can check that for yourself. Voting begins on September 24th and continues until September 29th. So you can go onto the site, watch all the entries, and vote for which ones are your favorites for each category. And then winners will be announced on October 1st. And the winners are selected by people at Valve from the nominees voted for by the community. Okay?
Yes. Okay.
Multiple submissions per person are allowed, but submissions can't have ads in them, which makes sense. You don't want to waste time on an ad for your 5-minute video.
Very correct.
Alright, now the prizes. All winners receive a Saxxy award in Team Fortress 2, which I believe is a really fancy cosmetic item. You do have a Saxxy award as a weaponry skin, but it's not that, it's something better. More rare.
Mm-hmm.
The winner of the Best Overall award will be flown to Seattle for a tour of the Valve offices, and to meet Valve's filmmakers, so the people who actually use Source Filmmaker to make those cool videos in the Portal 2 menu and Left 4 Dead trailers and all that stuff. They meet the team videos as well. You get to meet those guys, and they are a very cool bunch. I don't know any of them personally. Do you, Thunder?
Unfortunately, they're one of the few people I don't know.
Yeah.
One of the few groups, really. But yes, continue.
Well, they're Valve's filmmakers. Who doesn't want to meet them? That's about it, really. The rest is technical details and things you can check yourself on the website. That's www.teamfortress.com. They have a link to all the Source Filmmaker stuff on the main page. And yeah, that's it. Saxxy Awards 2014. If you're interested in animating and filmmaking with Team Fortress 2 characters, this is the thing to get involved in. This is what will launch your career, if it hasn't already.
And to those famous viewers, feel free to share us with your friends, because, it's always nice to have new viewers.
It is, yeah. And subscribers, but we're not going to push you.
Yes, we are. You do it or you'll be exercised.
Yeah. For the PhlogistiCast, I am hoping to get some guests on who are professional Source Filmmaker users, like James McVinney, Dr. Face, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I hope
There's some very good ones out there.
There are, yeah. And I'd like to interview some for the show. Okay, that's about it for the Saxxys. Now, Thunder, would you like to introduce our other big news item?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm a big fan of games, and sometimes I would like to go out in public loudly proclaiming that I like a certain game. Hence why I own several Doctor Who t-shirts, and I have a shirt that says Easy peasy lemon squeezy, which for those of you that play Counter-Strike Go know that's one of the SAS guys' taunts. And there's another one which he says I can't think of right now that I would love to see.
As the taunt, this would look good on a t-shirt.
Yes. These would all look good on t-shirts, sorry. I lost track of my words, so I'm not sure what I said. Sorry if I said anything Freudian. But yes, merchandise. That is our other big thing.
That's right. And this was actually announced yesterday. Which is why we're glad we delayed the news recording. Because we have more news to report now. Yeah. So on the Team Fortress 2 website, teamfortress.com, there is a blog post. The title is Submissions Now Being Accepted for TF2 Merch. And merch, I'm told, is short for merchandise.
Shock horror?
Yeah, I never would have guessed. Okay, there's a little bit to read, tiny bit. Yeah, the basic idea is this. The people at Valve would like the community to submit designs for t-shirts and posters, so merchandise. So the deal is you come up with a special design, you submit it to the team, there's a special way to do this which they outline. It just says go to the merchandise tab in the TF2 workshop. So this is the workshop you can access from Steam, and that's where you can make like new models, new cosmetics and things for the game. So they've got a new merchandise feature now, and it looks like the community are also going to do voting for certain designs. So you can submit a design and then other players of the game will vote for your design, hopefully, or someone else's, if it's better. Sorry, but someone's always better than you. It's just a fact of life. And then I'm not sure if Valve are going to decide the final designs or if it's all community voting. It doesn't say. What it does say is you'll also get a handsome royalty for every unit sold, which means you get actual money by doing this. If
I
you
believe
design.
Yeah, I believe in Counter-Strike Go, they do that as well. Like if you submit a skin and they approve of it, you get a bit of money for it. So a bit of motivation for you to make something that looks cool.
Yeah.
And I think with the way they should do it, do the voting system is the community has one vote each, and say 75,000 people vote for a thing. Valve can have 75,001 votes saying no, if they don't like it. That would be the way I'd put it. Or the way I do it anyway.
Okay.
I am dictator, fear me.
We can debate about voting mechanisms later. That's basically it. Like I said, this was announced just yesterday, so we've just got this one blog post to go on. Yeah, so basically, if you're into visual design, you can submit something. And like I said, it's t-shirts and posters. Doesn't say anything about pants or hoodies, or, what is it, action figures? They do some action figures as well.
Sweet.
A website, and plushies.
Plushie. I like plushies.
Have you seen the plushie sticky bombs?
I have not. I'm about to look this up.
They look great. Yeah, just... I'm talking about...
Oh, yeah, I have. I would love one of those.
Yeah, me too. Just stick some on my flatmate's door, freak her out.
Yeah, I actually might get one of these for my mate. I've got a bit of money left in my card. I could do that.
You see?
Yeah, good call, sir.
We're buying merchandise before this competition even kicks off.
Yeah, well, they're out there. Not necessarily legally, but they're out there.
Anyway, if you've got an idea for a cool design, just draw it up, submit it via the TF2 workshop on Steam, and you could get a bit of money out of it, and fame, because your name will always be attached to this T-shirt or poster.
Well, you could have some infamy as well if it's not particularly well liked.
Yeah, but if it's not particularly well liked, then it won't be voted for, and it won't.
You don't know that for sure, though, do you? Dun dun dun.
The system is rigged. No, it isn't. This is Val we're talking about. Okay, that's about it. The other big news thing at the moment is the reason I'm by myself and talking to Thunder without the help of Nomi or anyone else. Yeah. As you're probably already aware, we are looking for a new host. Not to replace me, to replace Nomi, because she left a couple of weeks ago after the engineer interview. And I'm still looking for someone to replace her. I'm gonna do a little casting call video after this, which will explain that in more detail.
Indeed, I would join him, but unfortunately I'm still at our school, and most of my work is divided between doing school, doing homework, and studying for school.
Yeah.
So, you know, I have a very active social life.
So if you're keen to join the PhlogistiCast, you can send me an email, leave your comments on this video and I'll get back to you, or just contact me on Steam. My name's Dekky, D-E-K-K-Y. I had to think about that for a moment.
Says a lot, eh?
Yeah.
Not that mean.
I've had to change my name so many times.
Yeah, well that is true, he does change his name, but not quite as much as me.
You change it like every week. Okay, that's it for now. So, you've been listening to the PhlogistiCast News Network, Volume 1 for the 16th of August 2014. I'm Dekky, this is Thunder, and thanks very much for listening, and thank you for coming on, Thunder, it's been great.
It's been a pleasure, and to you the viewer, I hope you learned much today, tomorrow, and in the future, you join us again and again and again. For we are gods.
And stop trying to shoot through glass as a sniper.
Yeah, don't pull on me.
Don't pull a Thunder. Okay, thank you,
Yeah.
bye.
See you guys.